Hello my tinglers, and welcome back to another video. Now in this one I wanted to, that's my cat down there. I wanted to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes of my recent first collaboration video, the Blade Runner 2049 ASMR flight experience. My cat is right there. Okay. Sorry. And yeah, I wanted to give you just a little bit of behind the scenes of my first collaboration ASMR video. And again, I want to really want to thank Fairy Char, or as she is now known as Charlotte ASMR, and for generously providing her voice for the video. First off, if you haven't watched my Blade Runner video, go watch it now. Just pause this video and go watch it, and then come back. But if you have watched it, these are just some of the little things that I used in the video. Now I based it off of the new movie Blade Runner 2049, so a lot of the references in the video were made based off of the recent movie. And but in the description I also provided some context for some of the things that were said in the video, so that you can get a little bit better idea. But basically, I played the role of Agent K, or Detective K, also known as Joe in the movie. And he is a replicant, which is a artificial intelligence created by I don't remember if he was actually created by the Wallace Corporation or the Tyrell Corporation in the original film, but he was created to hunt down some rogue replicants that were left over from the original film. So he's a machine hunting machines. But in the movie, when he goes home, he has a holographic girlfriend named Joy. And she is also manufactured by the same company that creates the replicants, because the world is so bleak and depressing that they figure, well, people need something enjoyable to make them happy at home. And the holographic Joy was one of their creations. But she has a limitation of only being able to be projected at home, where the projector machine is, that's mounted on the ceiling of the apartment. So when Joe comes home later on in the film, he actually gifts Joy a emanator, which is a portable emitter for her to be able to go with him anywhere that he wants. So I figured that would be a good kind of story point on creating my Blade Runner video for that, like giving Joy like a tour of the Blade Runner city that they live in. So for the introduction sequence of that, I actually shot that in my studio, and I tried to give it as much of a Blade Runner look as I could without relying on green screen. So because it would have been easy to just shoot me on a green screen and then composite like a sci-fi background, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to create a practical set as much as I could with the resources that I had. So I shot against a black background. So I had a black background first, and then I overlaid that with a real LED. It's like a DJ light blanket on the side, and then I had some backlighting and side lighting, which were on robotic camera rigs. And usually they're used for cameras, but I actually mounted the lights on the camera rigs so that they could move. And so you can see one light move, I think it's on this side, one light move up and down, which I wanted to have. Then I had like a multicolor LEDs, or a bunch of multicolor LEDs on the right side that were just doing all sorts of different colors just to try to simulate like the neon / holographic look. And then for what I wore, so one of the things that I wore was this nose. I call it a nose bar, and it's just a piece of facial decoration. And so you can kind of see it here. So it's a nose bar that I saw online, and there you go. I think it's crooked, but basically give me a little bit of more of a futuristic kind of look on my face. There we go. This is just made out of plastic, and it has very sharp hooks on here, so it was a pain to keep on my nose. It would fall off like every 2 minutes. So yeah, but that was, I also used this in the poster. So if you saw my Blade Runner 2049 poster that I teased a few days before the video, then you can kind of see this nose bar. The one thing that I actually did not wear when I was after I brought Joy into the I guess in the movie they call it the spinner, which is the flying car. I'll just call it the flying car. So when I brought Joy into the flying car, what I did not wear was these. These are actually bone conducting headphones, and I did wear this for the introduction sequence. So if you look on the side of my ear here, you can see them. But I only actually wore this for the introduction sequence and not for the green screen. So not sure why I didn't. I just didn't. I wanted to see if there is a 3D printed emanator model out there, and I did actually manage to find someone that created a really cool model of the of Joy's emanator device. And so this is how it looks. So I'm pretty sure like in the film Joe opens it up like this, like it kind of like springs open, and then that's when you can see Joy's hologram, and then when you close it, then that's when she disappears. The other prop that I had was the actual Blade Runner horse. Now in the film, this is the toy wooden horse, and this is a authentic replica of the horse used in the movie. Now I think you can see this in the trailer. So if you go look at the Blade Runner 2049 trailer, you can go ahead, and I think they show it. But and if you've seen the movie, of course, you know what the horse signifies. But I managed to get the horse model, and it's supposedly this was like a studio approved model, and it's actually kind of heavy, and it's like a wood texture. It's not made out of wood. I think it's more like resin, so it's really like could be used for the actual prop in the movie. But yeah, I didn't actually give too much detail or a close-up look of the horse model in my roleplay video, but yeah, originally I wanted to create some close-ups of the horse model, but it just turned out it didn't work that way. So, but it was cool to actually have the horse. For my shirt, I actually wore this futuristic looking shirt, this sleeveless shirt, so you can see how cool this looks. It has a very futuristic looking design and texture, and I specifically bought this to use in my ASMR videos. And yeah, I actually get a lot of my things from Etsy, because there's some just amazing creators on Etsy that create all sorts of really cool stuff. And then of course, to finish it off, I wear my jacket here. This is probably my most futuristic, I guess, looking jacket, or Blade Runner looking jacket. So nothing too special, but it works for a lot of different applications. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the stuff that I used in the video. And then yeah, for the actual flying sequences, I shot myself against green screen, and then yeah, I took a lot of time on that to get the green screen pretty much perfect and the color correction down, and yeah, just added a few other effects on there to make it look as realistic as possible. And so when we're flying in the car, then Joy, looks out in the front, looks out the windows, and she's seeing the water for the first time, and seeing the rain and other vehicles flying around, and the city and the lights. And yeah, it's supposed to be really amazing for her because she's never seen that before. And yeah, she mentions a few things in the video, and then the scenes where it looks back at me, that's also supposed to be her looking back at me as well. So filmmaking wise, it was a little tricky to portray that was actually her, because you never see her in the video, right? I never show Joy in the video. So just through Charlotte's voice, like the cue of her voice was supposed to associate those views that it was hers. So I hope that actually came through in the video, and that you actually realize that was from her perspective, because I couldn't do the same shot of her looking around and then looking back at me in the same shot. I had to cut those separately because there was a lot of compositing done with the shot looking at me, because I was actually in the cockpit of the ship that's inside of that world. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling about it, but yeah, that's pretty much behind the scenes of the Blade Runner collaboration with Charlotte ASMR. And yeah, I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. I plan to do a lot more collaborations with whoever is willing to do them with me. So I hope to be able to grow more in this area and just kind of even branch out even more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look, and I'll catch you guys later.